So first of all, write in your notes GOC in a period when we move from left to right. I already explained you. Now first of all, we will study electronic displacement effect. These are the three main effects which we have to study in detail so that the organic chemistry will become easy for you. So what is the definition of inductive effect? As we know that this is R means, and which group will show inductive effect? Fluorine is more electronegative, therefore it is showing -I. What is the electronegativity of carbon? Whatever we are studying in inductive effect, now chlorine is more electronegative, this means there is a delta minus on chlorine. It is a weak effect or it is a strong effect? It is a weak effect. Understood that if this group is -I, what about the phenyl? It is showing, now this is sp3 carbon, it is toluene and this is sp2. This means oxygen will carry delta minus, sulfur will carry delta plus. Hello to everyone. Now today we will start the most basic and most important topic of organic chemistry, which is GOC, the General Organic Chemistry. In General Organic Chemistry, we will learn what are different type of effect and how these effects affect the stability of molecule, reactivity of the molecule. So before starting the GOC, we should know the electronegativity. You should know some data of electronegativity. So let me explain you some data of electronegativity. As the carbon is the most important element in organic chemistry, so what is the electronegativity of carbon? It is 2.5. And what about boron? It is 2. So if we watch closely, we can observe that boron to fluorine, the electronegativity increases by the value of 0.5. It is 2, carbon is 2.5, nitrogen is 3, oxygen is 3.5 approximately, and fluorine is 4. This means while moving from left to right, means when we are moving from left to right in a period, electronegativity will increase. The general tendency is increase in electronegativity when we are moving from left to right in a period. And similarly, if we move from top to bottom in group, electronegativity decreases. The general trend is electronegativity decreases. So first of all, write in your notes GOC, and the first statement must be the electronegativity of carbon is 2.5. So write GOC and write electronegativity of carbon is 2.5. Now write this statement in your notes. In a period when we move from left to right, I already explained you, when we move from left to right, electronegativity increases. In a group, when we move from top to bottom, electronegativity will decrease. Pause the video and write this statement in your notes. Now first of all, we will study electronic displacement effect. Now what is the meaning of this electronic displacement effect? This means the effect takes place due to displacement of electrons. Due to displacement of electron, the effect arises is known as electronic displacement effect. Mainly the electronic displacement effect carried off inductive, it consists of resonance and it consists of hyperconjugation. These are the three main effects which we have to study in detail so that the organic chemistry will become easy for you. And apart from these three are a small effect, and we will just define their definition because it is in your syllabus. Electromeric effect, field effect, SIR effect. SIR means steric inhabitants of resonance. These effects we will discuss later on in acid base chapter. So first of all, write in your notes electronic displacement effect. Then write all these 6. First is inductive, second electromeric, third resonance, fourth hyperconjugation, fifth field, and sixth is SIR effect. Pause the video and write all these effects in your class notes. Now we will start with inductive effect. So what is the definition of inductive effect? So let me consider one example of inductive effect. As we know that this is R means alkyl group. this means there is a carbon and there is a fluorine. Which is more electronegative? Fluorine is more electronegative. This means this sigma electron will polarize toward fluorine. So we can say that fluorine is showing minus I effect. Minus I means electron withdrawing effect. Similarly, alkyl is donating electron. This means it shows plus I effect. So what is the meaning of plus I? Plus I means electron donating group by inductive effect. Minus I means electron withdrawing group by inductive effect. And which group will show inductive effect? Which group will show minus I effect? Which is more electronegative. This means the more electronegative, sigma bond polarized toward more electronegative, displaced toward more electronegative element is known as minus I effect. Then what is the definition of inductive effect? The displacement of sigma electron or polarization of sigma electron toward more electronegative element is known as inductive effect. So first of all, write this definition in your class notes. Displacement of sigma electron or polarization of sigma electron toward more electronegative element is known as inductive effect. Then write this example. Fluorine is more electronegative, therefore it is showing minus I, and other alkyl group is showing plus I. Minus I means electron withdrawing group by inductive. Plus I means electron donating group by inductive. Now, as we know the data of electronegativity, so let us explain with the data of electronegativity. What is the electronegativity of carbon? It is 2.5. And what is the electronegativity of fluorine? It is 4. This means fluorine is more electronegative and there is a difference of electronegativity between carbon and fluorine. The inductive of hydrogen is considered to be a 0. This means this molecule will show inductive effect, and which will show minus I effect? Fluorine show minus I effect, and less electronegative will show plus I effect. And the inductive effect of hydrogen is considered to be a 0. Whatever we are studying in inductive effect, all discussion are with respect to the hydrogens. So write this data of electronegativity. Just simply write this example and write electronegativity is 4. Right here electronegativity is 2.5. Now this is the most basic example of inductive effect. This is our 1-chlorobutane. Now chlorine and carbon, which is more electronegative, carbon or chlorine? Chlorine is more electronegative. This means this sigma bond will polarize toward chlorine, this partially displaced toward chlorine. This means chlorine will show minus I effect and this group will show plus I effect. Now chlorine is more electronegative, this means there is a delta minus on chlorine, and this electron displaced toward chlorine, this means carbon become electron deficient, means chlorine is withdrawing, this means carbon is electron deficient, therefore there is a delta plus on carbon. Now this carbon is electron deficient, so this will withdraw electron from adjacent carbon. So again there will be a delta, delta plus. Now this become deficient, this will withdraw from adjacent. So again will be delta, delta plus. Now this will similarly in same fashion, the electron withdraw chlorine minus I effect take place across the butyl group. Now if I ask you where is the maximum effect of inductive effect of chlorine on which carbon will most affected by minus I effect of chlorine? The more the difference in electronegativity, more will be the effect of inductive effect. This means the inductive effect is maximum operate on this first carbon. As the carbon increases, the effect of chlorine means effect of inductive effect will decreases. So if I ask you in these 4 carbon where the minus I effect of chlorine is least operating, our answer is 4. If I ask you where the minus I effect is maximum operating, then we can on which carbon, then our answer will be first. So first of all write down, this is inductive effect. Chlorine showing minus I effect and this butyl is showing plus I effect. Pause the video and write this example. Now we already, now you will better get, now the definition of inductive effect will be more clear after the example of 1-chlorobutane. Now what is the definition? The displacement of sigma electron or polarization of sigma electron toward more electronegative element is known as inductive effect. The displacement or polarization of sigma electron toward more electronegative element is known as inductive effect. Now this inductive effect is permanent effect or temporary effect. It is a permanent effect. How inductive effect is permanent effect? For example, this is our alkyl chloride. This is delta minus, delta plus. This means it is showing minus I effect. Alkyl group is showing plus I effect. Let us consider today is Monday. On Monday, chlorine is showing minus I effect. What about Wednesday? If I again watch this molecule on Wednesday, the minus I effect of chlorine will remain or it will disappear. What is your answer? On Wednesday, the minus I effect of chlorine remains same. And what about Sunday? Although we don't prefer to study on Sunday, what is your answer on Sunday? The minus I effect will remain same. This means it is a permanent effect. It is not a temporary effect. Just like a stars and moon in the space, they are permanent. Similarly, the inductive effect is a permanent effect. So write in your notes, inductive effect is a permanent effect. Now, it is a weak effect or it is a strong effect? It is a weak effect because it is polarizing through sigma bond. There are more effects which are operating through pi bond. Since sigma bond is strong bond and it is polarized through sigma bond, therefore it is a weak effect. So you have to write in your notes, it is a weak effect. Third, it is a distance dependent effect. I already explained you the minus I effect of chlorine is maximum in first carbon, then decreases, decreases and decreases. In general, we can say that after second carbon, inductive effect is very weak or inductive effect is negligible or no more. So write all this characteristic. It is a weak effect. It is a distance dependent effect. Now this picture shows you how the inductive effect is an additive effect. It is not a subtractive, it is an additive effect. In this picture, this is more strong person, means it is showing minus I. Let us assume this as a chlorine. This is chlorine, this is electron withdrawing, and let us assume this as a carbon. This means chlorine is pulling this rope toward him. So this means they are showing plus I effect. All they are involved in donating the sigma bond, polarization of sigma bond toward the chlorine. This means it is an additive effect. If this person catch the rope in opposite direction, then we can say that it is not additive effect. Additive effect means all are combining together, all are donating together, all are withdrawing together, then they are known as an additive effect. So just write, it is a distance dependent and it is a additive effect. You have to write this point. It is an additive effect, and inductive effect of hydrogen is considered to be 0. And what is the cause of inductive effect? Why this inductive effect takes place? The cause of inductive effect is difference in electronegativity. This is also characteristic. So write in your notes, the cause of inductive effect is difference in electronegativity. Now if I simply ask you CS3, CS3, means it is a alkane. What about alkane? Both carbon are sp3 hybridized, means the electronegativity difference is 0. Now in case of 0 electronegativity difference, whether alkane will show inductive effect or not, what is your answer? This alkane will not show minus I effect or plus I effect. Means we can say that inductive is not operating in alkane. So add one characteristic, 8th, inductive effect is not operating in alkane. Pause the video and write all this characteristic. Inductive effect is due to difference in electronegativity. Inductive effect of hydrogen is 0. It is not operating in alkane. Now, this is the most important property of inductive effect. It is an additive effect. Now, in this case, there is a one chlorine which is electron withdrawing. Now, in second example, there are 2 chlorine which are electron withdrawing. In third example, there are 3 chlorine which are electron withdrawing. This means the minus I effect will increases. As chlorine increases, minus I effect will increases. Similarly, if I replace this H by methyl, now in this example only 1 carbon is donating, in this example 2 carbon are donating, in this example 3 carbon are donating, in this example 4 carbon are donating. Now what is the property of inductive effect? It is an additive effect. So what is the effect of plus I? Plus I increases, and we can say that more sp3 carbon, more sp3 carbon, more inductive effect. More the number of sp3 carbon, more will be the inductive effect. Why? Because inductive effect is a additive effect. So write these 2 examples in your notes. Now, inductive effect is broadly classified into 2 categories, and one more characteristic you have to write this also. The inductive effect is alkane is 0, or we can say that inductive is not operating in alkanes. Now, inductive effect is classified into 2 categories. I already explained at the start of the lecture. There are 2 categories. First one is plus I, means electron donating, and the second one is minus I, means electron withdrawing. Plus I means electron donating by inductive, minus I means electron withdrawing by inductive. We already discussed this example. Fluorine, in this example, fluorine is showing minus I and methyl is showing plus I. Now let's try some questions. I will give you some examples and you have to identify inductive effect is operating as a plus I or minus I. Which group you have to identify? You have to identify the circle marked group. The circle marked group is plus I effect or minus I effect. You have 3 options, whether the circle marked group is plus I or it is a minus I, or third one is it is not showing inductive effect. Write this example and write inductive effect of the circle groups. So let me explain you one sample example. The first one is, this is phenol. Now the carbon and oxygen, which is more electronegative? Oxygen is more electronegative. This means this OH group is so minus I effect. Now it is understood that if this group is minus I, what about the phenyl? It is showing plus I effect. First of all, write these 6 examples. Pause the video, write example, then write your answer, then I will discuss. Now what about second? This carbon is sp3 and this carbon is sp2. This means which is more electronegative? sp2 is more electronegative. We can say that more S character, more electronegativity. Now, why more S character, more electronegativity? Means more S character means more spherical character. More spherical character means nearer to the nucleus, and nearer to the nucleus means more is the electronegativity. So simply we can say that more S character, more spherical character, more electronegativity. In this case, S character is 25% and P character is 75%. Now in this case, S character is 33%. This means S character increases, electronegativity increases. This means this will show plus I and this alkene will show minus I, because it is more electronegative element. First of all, you have to see the difference between the mark group and the first atom. The first atom and the mark group, what is the difference of electronegativity? Now in third, this is sp3 hybridized and this is sp. This means it is more electronegative it is minus I and it is plus I. Similarly, in fourth, this is sp hybridized and this is sp2. This means more electronegative minus I. Now in fifth, this is sp and sp, they are common. Again sp and again sp, but nitrogen is more electronegative. This means it will show minus I because of more electronegativity of nitrogen, and this will show plus I. If first atom is common, then we'll go for next atom. Now in example 6th, chlorine is more electronegative. This means it is minus I. And what about this propyl group? It is plus I. Got it? I already explained you all the answer. The answer are marked in the PDF. Now try this. Pause the video, write all example, then write your answer, then watch further video. Now what about 7th? Again fluorine is more electronegative, minus I. NH2 is more electronegative than carbon, minus I. NO2 is more electronegative, minus I. Now in this example, CH3 will not show inductive because it is a alkane. All are sp3, non-polar, and we already discussed that no inductive effect in alkane. What about 11th? It is minus I effect. What about SO3H? Again it is a minus I. Got it? Now these are the answer. I already explained you all the answer. What about this? Write all the example and try. These are the answer. As oxygen is more electronegative, O plus is more electronegative than neutral oxygen. This means it is a minus I. Nitrogen more electronegative, minus I. Again nitrogen is more electronegative than carbon, minus I. Now this is sp3 carbon, it is toluene, and this is sp2. This means it will show plus I. Now in this example, alkyne is sp hybridized, this is sp2, sp hybridized means minus I. What about this NH3 plus? It will show minus I. Now try these all examples. Now in 19, along with sulfur, there are many oxygen. This means there is high positive charge on carbon because oxygen is more electronegative. This means oxygen will carry delta minus, sulfur will carry delta plus. This will show minus I. Again, chlorine is more electronegative, minus I. Now in carbon and magnesium, carbon is more electronegative. This means there will be delta minus, there will be a delta plus. Since carbon is more electronegative than magnesium, this means it will show minus I effect. The first time alkyl groups will show minus I effect. Means in case of organometallic compounds. Now what is the meaning of organometallic compound? Organometallic compound means the bond between carbon and metal. In case of organometallic compound, alkyl group will show minus I effect. Otherwise, alkyl group will show plus I effect. We already discussed many examples, and you will see that sp3 hybridized carbon will show plus I effect. You can write in your notes, sp3 hybridized carbon will show plus I effect except organometallic compounds. What about 22nd? It will show minus I, again it is minus I. What about 23rd? It is minus I, oxygen more electronegative, again minus I. Now these are the answers. For PDF, you can join my WhatsApp group. How to join WhatsApp group? The link is given in the description. You have to fill the form, and after filling the form, if it is satisfactory, we will add you on WhatsApp group where you can find all this PDF. Now try these examples. If there are two groups, then what should be your approach? You can check electronegativity difference of this bond, then you have to check electronegativity difference of this bond. There may be a two inductive effect. Similarly, try these examples. Now, what is the answer? In case of 24th, the sp3 carbon, we already discussed sp3 carbon will show plus I except organometallic compound or there is a less electronegative elements. NO2 carbon, nitrogen is more electronegative than carbon, minus I. Again carbon, nitrogen is more electronegative than carbon, minus I. Oxygen more electronegative than carbon, minus I. And this is sp3 carbon, this means plus I effect. And sulfur consists of many oxygen means strong, minus I. Got it? Now that's all for today. If you find the lecture is very useful, then please like and subscribe, and please tell your friends and other relatives and other person who are preparing for JEE and NEET to subscribe my YouTube channel. And I will teach entire organic chemistry in YouTube channel. And right now there are two topics are going on. First of all, I will complete the GOC. Those who are learning first time or those who are in class 11th or those who are in droppers, I will recommend them to watch the GOC first. The sequence for the class 11th student must be they should watch GOC, then followed by GOC they should watch isomerism. Okay? Then prepare well, prepare proper notes. You should not only watch the lecture. To optimize the lecture or to gain maximum from the lecture, you should write notes. You have to prepare all your notes. Thank you. See you again. Bye.
you